Hi, everybody. Today is the 30th of April. Hard to believe, isn't it? And it's the last day of the spring term, the spring drama term. So next week we'll be going into what would be our summer term in these strange times. So today's class is a little bit different in that it's shorter, and um, I suppose I'm not going to go through the whole warm up that I have been doing over the last few weeks because I know that you can look back on that on the YouTube. And at this point, in fact, you as students for quite a while now um, should be able to do your own warm ups at this point. Yeah. So that's something that we'll be looking at and hoping that you could do. So you have had so many classes now that I think all of you at home could probably show your mums and dads how to warm up. Or if you're living in a community setting, you could show the staff how to warm up as well. So maybe you might like to start with that today. But one of the things that we love to do in Rhythm Room is dance. That happens to be quite a favorite amongst everybody, and it is one of my personal favorite things to do as well, is to dance. And I suppose the idea for class today was because I had been reading back on notes that I had written 20 years ago. Um, can you believe it? That long since I started doing this work, 20 years ago, about dancing and how it made me feel. And if I was in a bad mood, or if I was feeling a bit tired, and I put on my favorite music and I danced, and I could dance in my kitchen or my bedroom, or sometimes I might dance in the park if it was nice and sunny outside. And what I had written all those years ago was about how I had started out the day not feeling too good, feeling maybe a little bit tight in my body and a bit tired, maybe a bit down in the dumps actually. And when I put on my music, my favorite music, and danced for maybe about like an hour at home, um, I then wrote down how I felt afterwards, and the change was huge. So suddenly I felt like I had a lot more energy, and the pain that I had in my back before I started dancing was gone, and I felt inspired, which means I had lots of ideas and was able to write about them. And the day just seemed much brighter. So I want to take the words of the poet Rumi now. He was a 13th century Persian poet, and he's talking about dance when he says, "Dance when you are broken open. Dance if you've torn the bandage off. Dance in the middle of the fighting. Dance when you are perfectly free." So what he's saying is that dance is so important, and it's something that we can do in good times and in bad times. So what I'd like to suggest is that at home today, you get out your favorite music and you put it on the stereo or on Spotify if you have that, or maybe it's going to be on the radio. Back when I started dancing was at home with my mom in the kitchen, and we had a vinyl, record player. Hardly anyone uses these days. And mom used to play the Rolling Stones and ABBA on the record player, and we danced around the kitchen. And they are some of my happiest memories. So it's totally possible to get your music on and dance around the house today. And if you don't feel like doing it today, then you can do it later in the week. Okay? So you may remember that last week I was asking you to think about your character, and you're to think about how they might dress and how they might walk and how they feel, right? So today I will do a little example of a character that I've been working on. Now, she is quite a famous character. In fact, she's been written about quite a bit, and she has appeared in her own movie as well. Well, she'd say it was her own movie, but really it's about a group of children. You might know them: Lemony Snicket, Esme Squalor. Yeah, the Baudelaire, famous children. Well, my character that I've been working on is Esme Squalor. And she likes to think of herself as the best dressed villain. Now, a villain is somebody who is really bad. And Esme is pretty bad. She's very bossy. She always thinks that she's right. And she's determined to find the sugar bowl. So here's what I did with Esme. I like to think about how she might dress. Now, she thinks she's best dressed villain. That's not to say that she is. She has a hat and a scarf. Black, very dramatic. Red lipstick. And of course, her sunglasses. I'm Esme Squalor, the best dressed villain. And I'm coming for you because I think you know where the sugar bowl is. And I want it. So, Esme is quite fun to play because she is a baddie, and it's always nice to play a baddie, isn't it? Because we don't get a chance to be baddies very often, and if we are a baddie, we get told off. So you might have noticed whenever I got dressed into the character of Esme, I put the hat, the scarf, and the sunglasses, and how she spoke. So she was quite. She's not so much angry, but she's not far off it, and she's quite forceful. So head went into the screen, and I was really like, I'm coming for you, and she wants her sugar bowl. So if you think back to maybe 2 classes ago, I think it is, and it's up online, when we broke it down into 6 parts. So we're thinking about the character. So the character is Esme, best dressed villain. What she wants to do is get the sugar bowl, and she has to try and find people who can help her. So Esme enlists the help of Count Olaf, a baddie who she's working with to help her get the sugar bowl. Now he doesn't want the sugar bowl, that's what she wants, and so she pretends that she's helping him get what he wants, which is the Baudelaire children, because he wants their fortune. Getting a little bit complicated here, but that's how tricky she is. So she makes him believe that, she loves him and she's working for him, when in fact she's using him to help her get the sugar bowl. So what gets in her way, is coming back to that 6-part story, is the Baudelaire children. They're stopping her from doing that because they are the heroes of the story. And how does it go? Well, she tries her best to outwit them. She even tries to kill them, but it doesn't work, and she never finds the sugar bowl. That's how the story goes, and I think it keeps kind of going and going. So what I'd like you to do this week is to do what I did. Think about your character. Now, maybe you have been thinking about it since last week, but find some props at home that you can work with, and maybe ask mom and dad to help you, or somebody in your house, whether it's a community house, if it's one of the staff, ask them, can they help? And maybe you'd like to get them to dress up as well. So I have this hat, which I think works well for the best dressed villain, and her dramatic black scarf, and sunglasses. And what I'd like you to do is take a photograph of yourself dressed as your character and send it to me. And if I got enough photographs together, then I could put them all into a little clip and we can post them up on our Facebook page. So I'm going to do a pose now and take a photo. So great to see you all, and have fun dressing up your character. And when I see you next, it'll be May, and we'll be into our summer term. So who knows what lies ahead. Hope you're all keeping well and take the very best of care. See you soon. Bye.